Hey everyone, it's your old mate Shano here. Thanks very much for stopping by to check out this video. So this is just a little recap of my last few days of this past week. This was a week where I had to go up to Darwin for work. Don't get to travel all that often for my work, but it's always cool when I get to do that and get to see the country, which is nice. I've never been to Darwin before, so I finally got to check that one off my list of Australian places to go. So we flew up on Wednesday night. We had a 7:45 p.m. flight. And we went direct, so it's 4 hours and 40 minutes up there, and it was good. But I was ready to get off the plane by the time we got there. I had to share the row with these two rather large gentlemen. I had the window seat, and they were in the middle in aisle seats. So it's fair to say that it was a little squishy for 4 hours and 40 minutes. I could barely move the whole time. So anyway, big difference in temperature when we got there. It was 8 degrees here in Melbourne when I left, and 24 when we landed in Darwin. So quite a difference. It's the middle of winter, obviously, but in Darwin that means 32 degrees during the day. So they don't really have a winter in comparison with us down here in Melbourne. The hotel was pretty nice, pretty standard. It was the Darwin City Hotel is where I stayed. So that was nice to have somewhere to crash. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning by the time I got there, and I was well and truly ready to crash out. The funny thing was, though, the next morning, 7:30 I think it was, I was bright and early and awake and decided to go for a walk. I thought it'd be a lot more wrecked than I was. But yeah, I went down for a walk down to a place called Bicentennial Park. And yeah, it's a really lovely spot. Greetings from balmy Darwin. It's 7:30 in the morning and 22 degrees. Over my shoulder here is the Indian Ocean, which comes into Darwin Harbour. This right here, literally what you can see behind me, was the site of the Japanese attack on Darwin in February 1942. So standing on a piece of history here, but it's a nice day. It's going to be 32 degrees at its peak, and we've got a busy day ahead. So yeah, that was me, a little bit bleary-eyed, but happy to be landed safely in my home for the next couple of days. So after that little walk along the waterfront there, I went down back to the hotel, and we then proceeded to have a very massive day of work. Obviously I can't share any video from that, but needless to say, it was a very full-on day. We were down at the Darwin Convention Centre. But with that big day out of the way, we had a dinner planned with my team, and we went across the road from where I was staying, a place called, I don't know how to pronounce this, so sorry if it's wrong, Merakai Greek Taverna, which is obviously a Greek place. And oh my God, it was probably one of the best meals I've ever had while traveling. And I know that's saying a lot, but it genuinely was. Not only was the food really good quality and tasty and full of flavor and all that, but it was really reasonably priced. I thought that was a really good balance between flavor, quality, and price. I'm a big fan of those things, as anyone who knows me will know. But yeah, really good feed. Highly recommend it. If you ever happen to find yourself in Darwin and in need of a meal, then Merakai Greek Taverna is, I can't recommend it more. It was fantastic. But that was the end of a very, very long day, as I said. So I crashed out at the hotel not long after that. Next day, of course, it was another beautiful day. The weather was fantastic for all of the time that we were there. We were down in the Darwin Convention Centre, which you can see in this little clip here on the right-hand side. which forms one border of a little closed-in area where people swim here. And behind me in this video is the actual bay itself. So really nice little setup down there. If you were staying at the Adina Hotel, which is the one here in the middle, you would have a fantastic view of the water, the lagoon area, the harbour, and then the bay beyond that. So one day, if we happen to find ourselves travelling to Darwin, we might just have to do that. But once again, after a very long day on our feet at the convention centre, our minds turned to dinner and we found ourselves here at the Darwin Sailing Club. And that was a fantastic meal as well. But the meal was good, but the actual location itself was what really makes it. As you can see, the distance is so... you look literally straight out onto the bay, so you can see the horizon clearly, and it's such a clear view that you could actually physically see the sun going down, and it was just a sight to behold. Thank you. It was just a sight to behold, absolutely magnificent, and like these pictures really genuinely don't do it justice. It was super. After dinner, of course, having had 2 massive days, we decided to blow off a little steam. We did a few laps around Darwin, which was nice. So what you can see in the video here is Parliament House, and I believe the courthouse as well. And so that took us to Saturday morning. We had a part day at the conference that day, and then a little bit after lunch, we headed off back to the airport. Now, this was a bit of an epic journey as well. We had no direct flights home, so that meant we had to go through Sydney. So Darwin, Sydney, Sydney, Melbourne. And of course, with the flight change and the extra distance, it meant we were traveling 7 hours and 15 minutes in order to get home. So a bit of an epic journey, but those legs went really, really well. I didn't have anyone sitting next to me for the final jaunt from Sydney back to Melbourne, so that was great. Nice to have a bit of space to spread out. And probably the best part of the journey, as always, is coming home. And this is a little clip of the welcome I got from my little friend over here.
That's my baby. Oh my god! Oh my god! Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Oh, baby. Oh.
So there you have it. That's the wrap on our Darwin trip. I've got another trip coming up not too far away. We're heading over to Adelaide next time. So I guess I'll see you then. Thanks for checking in and watching this video. And I will, as I said, see you in the next one.